In today's brief video, I want to take a moment and discuss what brushing your teeth has to do with not consuming alcohol, cannabis, and avoiding drug use in general. Because these two things, brushing your teeth and not drinking alcohol, not smoking weed, not taking drugs, actually have a lot more in common than you may think. And it has to do with reducing your overall liability in life. Okay. And we're going to explain what that means in 1 second. Now, if you wind up enjoying today's video, be sure to check out the pinned comment and the links in the video description below to learn more about our free ebook and PDFs on quitting smoking, quitting drinking. We have one-on-one coaching, and then we have our addiction mindset group coaching school community where I interact with people live inside the DMs, Zoom calls, things like that. Okay, pinned comment, video description if you want it. What does brushing your teeth have to do with reducing your overall liability in life, and how does that relate to drug use or drug consumption? All right, so why do I brush my teeth? It's not just to have whiter teeth, although I'm not going to lie, I like having white teeth. It increases your confidence, all that good stuff. But the goal is to reduce my overall liability, okay? It's to reduce my risk of developing cavities. It's to increase and continually stay on top of my oral hygiene, which helps me to prevent oral disease, oral gum disease, things like that, okay? That's why I brush my teeth. Now, why do I care? Why would someone care about getting a cavity? Well, I care because one, a cavity hurts. Two, once I get a cavity, I have to take time out of my day, away from my family, away from my job to go see my dentist. Three, I'm going to have to spend money on that. I don't have dental insurance, so I'm going to have to pay a copay to pay the dentist. And now my overall liability has gone up. So even though there's times where brushing your teeth might not seem like the convenient thing to do, like after, a long day of work, you eat dinner, you're exhausted, you want to go to bed, and it's like, oh, I'm too tired to brush my teeth or whatever. It's actually very convenient to just brush your teeth because it reduces your overall risk of liability when it comes to developing cavities and developing other oral health problems or issues, okay? And it's actually much more convenient just to brush my teeth than go through all that other BS with a dentist after you develop a problem. And God forbid you really put off brushing your teeth and cavities and you develop a root canal, because now it's more pain, more time away, more money, all that stuff. Now, how does that relate to quitting smoking weed or not drinking alcohol or anything like that? Recently, me and my wife, we were at a wedding together, and we don't drink, we don't smoke, okay? I stopped doing those things years ago. She never really did. And someone asked me, like, oh, you're not just going to have one drink? Like, it's a wedding, Frank. Like, just a drink, or don't you just want a smoke or whatever? And my answer is no. And I don't do those things because I want to reduce my overall liability in life. When you consume drugs, you are liable for the consequences of those actions, whether it's drinking alcohol, smoking weed, vaping nicotine, smoking cigarettes, it doesn't matter. You're eventually going to be liable for the health outcomes that result, okay? You might be liable for the financial burden that it puts on a person, drug use. You might be liable for addiction and the consequences of developing addiction. You might be liable if you smoke a lot of weed, eventually for physical or psychological health problems, the development of psychosis and cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, something that I eventually suffered from due to my cannabis use and really cannabis substance abuse, okay? Substance use is a liability. Let's say you are drinking at a wedding or getting high at a wedding. On our way home, me and my wife were driving home, and someone merging in on the thruway almost hit us. And I had to kind of swerve over, and there was another car like right next to me that I almost had to swerve into. And it's like, imagine if you were drinking and you were put in that situation, not your fault. Someone just decides to merge into you out of nowhere and you have to swerve. Imagine if you were drinking. Imagine if you were high. Imagine if you were smoking. Now you're going to get a DUI. Now you might lose your license. Now going to work might be a problem for you. You can't go to work. How are you going to pay all the attorney fees for that DUI? Doing drugs, consuming substances, makes you a walking liability. Life throws enough BS at us as is. At least I know that. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I'm constantly dealing with fires that I have to put out, right? As a parent, as a father, as a husband, there's constant things that come up. Life throws enough at us as is. Why would I want to partake in an action that's going to increase my overall liability in life? It's more convenient for me to not drink. Life is more convenient for me to not smoke. Waking up not hungover, waking up with more energy, reducing my overall risk for developing lung problems from smoking weed, or mental health problems, or liver problems from drinking alcohol, or kidney problems, or financial problems from spending my money on drugs. Reducing my overall risk of developing those problems by not consuming drugs makes for an easier, more convenient life for me to live. Life is about trying to make it more convenient, right? Everyone likes convenience. So reduce your overall liability in life by not consuming substances. This is my logic. This is why I don't do it. When people ask me, this is not what I explain to them, but if they really wanted the long answer, this is kind of what I would tell them. Now, the ironic part about all of this is drug use seems convenient when you're stressed, when you're depressed, when you want to socialize more and maybe you're a little socially shy or awkward, right? Drinking alcohol seems convenient. Smoking weed seems convenient. But many times, the addiction, well, it's not in many times. In about 10% of cases, people are going to get addicted, and that addiction is going to come with a liability. And then the thing that was once convenient has now become a major inconvenience in a person's life. Maybe smoking weed, they developed Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome or psychosis. Maybe they spent all their money on it. Maybe smoking weed, they can't get the job that they're trying to apply for. So they're now majorly inconvenienced working in a job that they hate. Maybe it's drinking alcohol and they get a DUI and they lose their job and they can't apply to other jobs now, and that DUI is just a major problem. God forbid, maybe they hurt someone when they got that DUI in an accident. Maybe, God forbid, there was a car accident. That momentary convenience for some people becomes the biggest thorn in their side throughout their life. And that's a risk that I don't want to take as a 35-year-old adult male, as a parent, as a business person. That's a risk that I do not want to partake in. So I really think you have to ask yourself, why is it that you consume drugs? Is it out of convenience? Is that why you smoke? But is it really that convenient? And is the liability worth more, outweighing the benefit? Think about it this way. If you live in an area that's prone to tornadoes or hurricanes or something like that, you're going to pay more for your insurance because your choice to live there has made you more liable for your house getting destroyed, okay? That's just a reality. So you pay a premium for that. You're more liable now, okay? Drug use is no different. It comes with a cost, and that cost is usually a premium price for people, whether it's in the form of their relationships, their physical health, their mental health, whatever it is. So why don't I do drugs? Why don't I drink? Why don't I smoke? I'm trying to reduce my overall risk in life. I'm trying to reduce my overall liability, and I'm actually going for a more convenient lifestyle, which, like I said, is ironic because drugs seem convenient on the surface, but when you think about it this way, you realize how they're really not. Now, if you wind up enjoying this conversation, we have free PDFs and ebooks on quitting substances. You can find those in the link in the pinned comment or the video description links. We have one-on-one coaching programs, and then I have the group coaching hosted on school.com, the Addiction Mindset School community. $27 a month. If you want to talk to me, you have a question for me, sign up. I'll send you a DM inside as soon as you sign up. We have live Zoom calls in there twice a month. We got a great community of people all holding one another accountable. Great community support, all that stuff on our group coaching community. And then, of course, we have our products, our Kick It, Crave Less chewing gum and deep breathing necklace to help you get through those initial withdrawals and cravings and things like that. You can find that right below on YouTube Shopping. I hope all this stuff helps you guys out. I'll see you in the next video. If you don't want to follow me into any of that other stuff, in the video description links or pinned comment. Until next time.